So ladies and gentlemen, we now have a few more updates on Predator 5. This is the film directed by Dan Trachtenberg, starring Amber Midthunder as a Native American, and it's said to be, well, a Comanche. It's said to be a prequel to Predator, and also the very first time one of these hunters arrives on planet Earth. So this is going to be a very, very interesting film to watch and just sort of see the direction that they go in. Namely, because this was put into development the same time The Predator was on the books. So it's interesting, I think, personally, to see the two opposing sides of the coin at 20th Century Fox. What I'm hoping is two opposing sides of the coin, because obviously you had The Predator, not a great movie, and then hopefully this one will be a great movie, but we'll have to see. Now, we do have some updates on this. They're not huge updates, but they are updates nonetheless. And as with most of these movies that I'm personally looking forward to, I bring you those updates. So if you do want to stay tuned for them, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn the bell notifications on to all. So that being said, let's dive into it. So as this is all, by the way, taken from avpgalaxy.net. I'll leave it down below in the description box. They are good friends of the channel. I like their work very much. Very, very much. So please do check them out. But they accumulated all of this and they get the props for it. So as production has been underway on location in Alberta, Canada, for the film, or the fifth film in the Predator franchise, currently known as Skulls. Although there was some rumours about that because one of the producers came out and just called it Skull. And Skulls is just a working title, which Dan Trachtenberg then came on Twitter and debunked anyway. I think it was Twitter or it was Instagram where he said, oh yeah, you know, working titles are quite literally just that, sometimes just working titles. Now the scheduled completion date for the film has actually been pushed back several times since cameras began rolling on June 7th. It was due to be quite a quick production, and that goes hand in hand with the Disney lawsuit from the Thomas brothers. They want to get the rights back to Hunter, the original script to the Predator. And that's why it's sort of been rushed, I guess you could say. They were trying to push the production quick, get that done before it hits anything there. That has now been given a court date. So this is either due to just general things that are happening on the production, you know, general delays that normally happens anyway. Maybe someone's got COVID, who knows? Or this is them now realising that they don't need to rush because the court date's been set and they have enough time. We don't know, but just thought I would throw that out there. Now, as late last week, the local 212 chapter of the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees had been indicating filming for Skulls was scheduled to complete on the 28th of this month. So it was due to be done 2 days ago. But now it seems that the target date for completion of principal photography has shifted yet again, and the time scheduled to be finished is actually September 9th. Not far. Admittedly, it's next week. It's not a huge difference. But it is due to now finish on September 9th. Now, like I said, that could be just to do with normal things that are happening. Just general delays. These things do happen. Or it could be something even better, i.e. them realising that they now no longer need to rush. I'm hoping it's that one, because then they can take their time and enjoy it a little bit more and actually get the best possible film in the bag. We will have to see on that front. Now, the next thing here is actually a really interesting one, and I really like this news. So in related Skulls production news, thanks to the Instagram story of stunt performer Jung Jin Park, we got a great look at these wonderful new shirts created exclusively for the members of the Skulls stunt team. Now, this is important, that we're lucky enough to participate in making the film. Now, look at this. Look at this. What is that skull? This is really important, and this goes hand in hand with one of the comments made by the producer and does actually amp me up a little bit. So interestingly enough, the skull on the shirt seems to depict the cranium of a bear, an animal native to the area of filming. And is this a clue that a bear might be featured in the new Predator film Skulls? Well, ladies and gents, if you do remember, a bear in the film remains to be seen, but it could be what producer John Fox was hinting at last month when he said, and I quote, "It actually has more akin to The Revenant than it does any film in the Predator canon. You'll know what I mean once you see it." I think that sounds great. I think that sounds really good. Predator film more akin to The Revenant. Why can't we see... Like, when have we actually ever seen a Predator facing off against native life outside of humans, but native, like, animals on a planet? We haven't. Only in games have we seen that. We've seen it in Predator 2. We know they've done it. We've seen all the skulls, right? We see them. We know that they've done it. But they only ever seem really interested in humans. Which you'd think that that's not going to be the case, because in terms of sort of weaponry and how they face off against one another, you know, obviously in movies we have seen Predators get beaten, literally all of them, which is super shit, and they need to change that. But they're not humans. They tend to kill quite a lot more humans than they do get beaten, right? So they don't put up much of a fight, generally speaking, by and large, because they have, you know, superior weaponry and stuff. But if they're going to do their honor code and things like that, remove their weaponry, you'd think that they'd want to face off against something, an adversary that could actually do some damage to them. Well, a bear could do some bloody damage to a predator. A bear could do a whole lot of damage to a predator. I like the sound of this. I really like the sound of this. And if we're thinking about how the Comanches get roped up into this nonsense with the Predator, what if they stumble across a corpse? You know, we watch this massive fight unfold between Yautja and Bear. Yautja's Predator. Predator and Bear. And then eventually gets the better of him, rips his skull out, takes it as a trophy, and then boom, Comanches stumble across him. I'd like that. What I wouldn't like... Right? What I wouldn't like is if they did very similar to what they did in The Revenant and they just have a bear go up against a Comanche warrior. That's shit. That's not cool. Because that's very samey. There's no imagination there. They are literally taking something which has been done before and probably would have been done better and just repackaging it and shipping it out there. If they rope in Predator, then I think that's something interesting. It does show a little bit more imagination and it could be different. So that remains to be seen. But of course, ladies and gents, there is actually precedent for this. In 1997, Dark Horse Comics series Predator Primal, the intergalactic hunter from space, faced a similar challenge. So I'm hoping, above all hopes, that they do actually follow this sort of trend. This would be great. This would be banging. Alright? This would be really, really, really fantastic. But maybe that's having overconfidence in 20th Century Fox. We'll see. But I got some positivity about this film. Dan Trachtenberg is good, so we'll have to see how that sort of develops and how it goes. But yeah, we can expect some more updates coming out soon anyway. Let me know what you guys think though on this down below in the comment section. Like I said, if you are new here, do hit subscribe and turn the bell notifications on. You clearly enjoyed the video, you stayed till the end. So do hit that subscribe button and like on the way out. It really does help, and I've just got to say it as well. Thank you so much for supporting me. Comments, likes, sharing the videos, it really does go a long way. YouTube does suck at the moment. You know, they do not notify people of videos. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But thank you so much for the continued support. It does mean the absolute world to me. You can support a little bit further though if you want to. I've got a PO box linked in the description box, as well as, ladies and gents, we've got memberships on the channel and Patreon. So please do check it out if you want to take your support just that little bit further. But thank you all so much for watching. Take care.